What's up, everyone? It's your boy NornRad89 here, bringing you another video, and the end of the year has passed. I hope you all had an awesome New Year's. Yes, we are into 2025, and you know, when we wrap up the new year and all that kind of stuff for our whole year, I love collecting physical media. That's a big part of my channel. I love supporting physical media and owning the films that I love rewatching. I love owning them. Also, sometimes not so good movies. I love owning those too as well. There's always some passion in having those movies in your collection as well. So today we're going to go over, this is going to be probably a lengthy video. So if you want to grab a snack or a drink or something like that, I suggest grabbing something and then getting down, comfy, sitting down on your couch or sitting on your bed, you know what I mean, and checking this out. Because today we're going to go through my entire physical media collection, showing off everything that I own or everything that I added from 2025. It's going to be a really, like I said, really big one and a really huge video. So I hope you all stay tuned to this one. Let's do this. Roll it. Now, starting off our collection video with the Critters collection right up here, I have displayed. This is 4 Critters film right here in this box set. Like I said, I'm not going to really go over a lot of these in depth because I do have a lot of physical media videos unboxing these releases. So right now we're going to get into this bad boy right here, which does save me a lot of space. So let's do it. Right here we have my Arrow video shelves. Then we have the Giallo Essentials first. We have the white, yellow, and black edition, each with 3 films in them. Right next to those we have the Mexico trilogy, which is Robert Rodriguez, El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Fantastic action films with a lot of style, and Robert Rodriguez just really knows how to edit his films. So if you want to watch some really cool edited action films, I highly recommend those 3. Right next to that we have the American Werewolf in London 4K. Fantastic transfer, really gorgeous. It's a release that really shows off the capabilities of 4K. Then we have Dario Argento's The Cat O' Nine Tails. Swinging over to our other side, we have the Blu-ray of Demolition Man. That's the chunky box set that came out this past year. Then we have the Gamera Showa era. We are kaiju fans in my house, and that's 9 Gamera films in 1 box set. The Hills Have Eyes 4K. The Warriors 4K. That's another one that is a gorgeous, gorgeous transfer. Alice, Sweet Alice, one of my favorite kind of old school whodunits, really back in the day. We got young Brooke Shields in that movie. Takashi Miike's Audition. Then Beyond the Door, which is like an Exorcist ripoff. Warner Brothers actually went after the creators of that film and filed a lawsuit. Then we have Frank Henenlotter's Brain Damage. Deadly Games, not a good film, but a great release. Dead End Drive-In, one that I have a huge soft spot for. I really eat that film up because it's got tons of style. Kind of a post-apocalyptic world where teens get locked in a drive-in prison. Really cool. Toby Hooper's Eaten Alive. Then we have Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, which is my favorite Elvira film. Now we're going down to the next shelf. We have Hell High, which is one of my favorite slips. I love the slip on that one. It's freaking gorgeous right there. And then Pitch Black, my favorite of the Pitch Black universe, for those Vin Diesel films. Then we got Mallrats, one of my favorite Kevin Smith films. Mute Witness, a highly underrated thriller, kind of espionage type film. Society. So fans of The Substance that came out this past year, if you're a fan of The Substance, I highly recommend checking out Society if you haven't seen it. Then we have Larry Cohen's The Stuff, the Wild Things Steelbook. This is a gorgeous release as well, one of my favorites. And then we have the Weird Science Steelbook right there. Boom, boom, boom. 15 horror movies in one shot. There's a bunch of horror movies, kind of old school, cheap stuff to get on the fly. This is DVDs. Bruce Lee, the Criterion set, which has every Bruce Lee film in it. Then we have that Universal Monsters classic box set right there that has 30 films in there. The only thing, the problem with that one is it's kind of stacked, where they're stacked on top of each other and everything. Sorry, excuse me. Next up, we have 15 Hitchcock films in 2 box set right there. There's a DVDs, and they have 15 Hitchcock films in there. Then that's the Rugrats trilogy right here. It's still sealed and everything. I should stop reaching in because that's what's messing up the focus. Nickelodeon, the Scream Factory, kind of kids section ones. Those are like Real Monsters, the Wild Thornberrys, just a bunch of hidden gems of Nickelodeon television shows. Then we have right next to that the Rob Zombie trilogy set, which is for the Firefly trilogy right there. High octane pack right here that has 10 action films in it. Boom, boom, boom. Then we have another action pack right there. That one's got Raw Deal in it and JCVD and stuff like that. Lords of the Street, bunch of cheesy like 90s, 2000s action stuff if you're into that. Then we got the 4 Tim Burton collection right there. 4 films, boom, 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 Tim Burton. The Peanuts collection, this is all the holiday films. And then we have 1917, a great war film, that's by Sam Mendes. 31, that's a Rob Zombie film. A Christmas Story, easily that film is one of my favorite Christmas holiday films. It gets probably at least 2 watches every year in my home. Then we have A Cure for Wellness. This was actually the first time that I ever saw Mia Goth. Dane DeHaan is in here. Very similar to like Shutter Island, but I fancy A Cure for Wellness more. Then we have Alien Romulus, my favorite film from 2024 still, hands down. American Assassin, a very underrated action thriller. Dylan O'Brien, Michael Keaton. Then we have American Heist that has Adrian Brody in there and I believe Hayden Christensen, and that's not a highly underrated action thriller. Then we have American Horror Story Coven Season. Here we have American Pie, the DVD that has a really awesome slipcover on it. An American Tale, the Fievel story right there. The Amityville Murders, that one is kind of like a true storytelling of what actually happened in the house. It's got potential, but it loses its footing in the 3rd act. Army of Darkness right here, and then right next to that is the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's season 1. Backyard Wrestling, a pack of backyard wrestling, just a bunch of crazy kids doing stupid stuff. Batman and Mr. Freeze right there. Batman Mask of Phantasm, Batman Ninja. Then we also have this Batman 80th Anniversary 18 film set right there. Look at that bad boy. Psh, tons of films. Freeze that, pause that. Look at that right there. So those are really good ones. Then we got Battle of the Super Sons. Boom, boom, boom. The Dark Knight Trilogy. The Batman. Batman Begins right there. Let's see if we can get this one back in there without doing anything. No, we're not going to be able to, are we? We're not going to be able to get that back in there. Yeah, we are. Then we got the DVD of Better Watch Out, a really good holiday horror film. Beneath the Crust, Volume 1 and 2, which are kind of making ofs for American Pie films, 1 and 2 right there. Then we got Beetlejuice, boom, boom, boom. Then crossing over to the next side right here, we have The Biggest Whorehouse in Texas, which is kind of funny. This film right here is one of the best little whorehouse in Texas. Is one of my wife's favorites. I have yet to see that, so we have to make a day where we kind of sit down and watch that film. Then we have Big Trouble in Little China right there, John Carpenter. Big Fish in Begonia, still one of the biggest gut punches I've ever had in terms of animes. Then we got the Vinegar Syndrome release of Biozombie. Think foreign Japanese film, Mallrats, with like 25% zombie action in there. That's what that film is. Then we got Bob Clark's Black Christmas, Denis Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049, a Bleach Unforgiving pack right here that's got 2 Bleach movies in there. That's one of my favorite anime shows of all time. Blood on Her Name, Boiling Point, which is a 90s kind of cop thriller with Dennis Hopper and Wesley Snipes. The Breakfast Club, one of my all-time favorite films. The Bridge to Terabithia, Broken Arrow, Can't Hardly Wait. That's a great coming-of-age film right there. The Carrie Steelbook. Let's show off this one right there. One of my favorite steelbooks. Boom, boom, boom. Super sexy. Then we have Daniel Craig and Casino Royale, Cats and Dogs, and Charlie Bartlett. Now, cruising on to our next section, we have Cheaper by the Dozen, one of the best Steve Martin comedies right there. Christmas Bloody Christmas, which is slowly becoming an annual Christmas Eve tradition for me. I absolutely eat that film up. Christmas Evil, that's a highly underrated Christmas horror film I don't see a lot of people talk about. That's a Vinegar Syndrome release. Then we got the Chucky 7 movie collection, all the Chucky films in here. Vestron video release of Class of 1999. I highly recommend that film. Think Terminator, teachers, and children in a post-apocalyptic kind of future thing. Clerks 3, right there, Kevin Smith film. Cocaine Bear, one of my favorite horror comedies of the year it came out. The Conjuring 7 film collection. Then we have the Coraline Leica Steelbook. Cowboy's Way, which is a Kiefer Sutherland and Woody Harrelson movie. Cowboy Bebop, that is the complete series right there in steelbook form. Then we have Crimson Peak by Guillermo del Toro. Day of the Dead, which is my favorite zombie film of all time, and I don't think that film will ever be beat. Like, this is just very, very monumental film in my life. The Departed, Dexter Season 2, and Dodgeball. Next up, we have Troma's Dolly Deadly, which is one of those films that I love the passion behind it. You can definitely tell the creator loved that film and what they're trying to create. Very low budget, very bad acting. Domestic Disturbance with Vince Vaughn and John Travolta. Don't Breathe, a Fede Alvarez film. Don't Open Till Christmas, another awesome Christmas holiday horror film. I do have a lot of Christmas holiday horror in my collection. Dracula, the Complete Legacy Collection. This is, I believe, 15 or 20 films, something like that right there, of a bunch of Dracula movies. Then we have Bram Stoker's Dracula, Dune Part 2, Drag Me to Hell by Sam Raimi, the Emoji Movie, which gets a lot of rewatches in my home because of the kids. Then we got Enter the Dragon. I did double dip on this one. Like I said, I have the Criterion set, but this is a 2-disc special edition DVD set. I'll have to go over that bad boy one day. Entrapment, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, a fantastic A24 film, Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 2013, and The Fall Guy Steelbook. I don't care what anybody says, I adore this film. This is a really fun movie. Now, cruising down to the bottom, we have another double dip on Bruce Lee, Fists of Fury. I'm just a huge Bruce Lee fan. I eat his films up, so his movies are ones that I don't mind double dipping on. Then we have Jackie Chan's The Foreigner, Ford versus Ferrari, which was a great surprise. That's I think, Christian Bale and Matt Damon film. Fantastic performances. Full Metal Alchemist episodes. That's season 1, part 2, I believe, of the very first Full Metal Alchemist show, not Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's a 4-film collection right there of Final Destination films 1 through 4. Toby Hooper's The Fun House, Galaxy Quest, a funny Tim Allen comedy. If you like Star Trek or you're a TV show fan, you will really eat that film up. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Then the Ghost in the Shell 4K. This is one of my other 4Ks. This, The Warriors, and American Werewolf in London are probably my 3 favorite 4K transfers I have in my collection. Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla x Kong New Empire, the Guyver collection, that's the complete series right there, a manga series that actually has some live action films. I believe the first one stars Mark Hamill, which is really cool. Graveyard Shift right there, one of the most underrated Stephen King films that doesn't get enough love. Then we have Hairspray right here. I am a musical fan and a sucker for musicals, so you're going to see some others in my collection. And then we have John Carpenter's Halloween, the OG slasher, the classic. That's the 3-disc 4K release from Scream Factory. On to Rick Rosenthal's Halloween 2, another 4K right there, and Halloween 5. That release, I have such a soft spot for Halloween 5, and that release is absolutely gorgeous. Probably another really good 4K transfer right there. The Halloween collection, that's Resurrection, H2O, and Curse of Michael Myers. Then we have the Halloween 2018 Steelbook, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends Steelbook, Happy Feet, Happy Birthday to Me. This is one of my favorite watches in recent history. I totally missed this film. Just for years and years, had no idea. And just a couple years ago, saw that for the first time. And it's one of my favorites of like the 80s. Happy Birthday to Me. Yes, that is a good film. Sorry, I'm rambling on now because we're getting towards like the Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Hatchet 2 and 3. Slasher fans, these films were made for you. Heat, such good performances by Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in there, and that's another 4K transfer that is really good. Hellfest, absolutely dripping with Halloween atmosphere. Cruising down to our next shelf, we have Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, Hellraiser 4, Bloodlines, Hereditary, one of my favorite A24 films, A History of Violence. That is a really good film. That's a David Cronenberg film. It's not a horror movie, but it's got some really gruesome practical effects in it. Bruce Willis in The Hostage, Hotel Transylvania, The House of the Devil. This is still to this day my favorite Ty West film, and he's one of my favorite directors in the game right now. The I Know What You Did Last Summer Steelbook release, gorgeous. Idle Hands, one of my favorite horror comedies from 1999. Then we have Immaculate and In a Violent Nature, two of my favorites from this past year of 2024. And then we have Infinity Pool, another really diverse film. My wife, we went on a date. She hated this film. I like this film. Mia Goth Goes for Broke, and I'm a supporter of Brendan Cronenberg. The Innkeepers, The Iron Claw, another great A24 film. This one made me cry. I got really emotional. The Invincible Iron Man, Stephen King's It, and Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Cruising down to the bottom, we have Jason X right there. That is the New Line Platinum Series DVD release, I believe, right there. Boom, boom, boom. John Wick with a VHS slip. That's a DVD release too. Then we have Joker, Konichi, the complete series. Killer Elite. This is a film that is a prime example of a great cast, but this film is like, whew, it's way too convoluted and confusing for its own good. Then we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the 4K. King of Bandits, Kurai, Krampus, the Steelbook. This one has the naughty cut on it, so it has the other version with the alternate ending. The Land Before Time, The Last House on the left right here. Unrated version, that's the original Wes Craven one, and then I have the widescreen unrated version of the remake. Boom, boom, boom. Then we have the Leprechaun Steelbook. Oh yeah, every Leprechaun film in that bad boy. Let's see if we can slip that in there. And then, like I said, I am a sucker for musicals, so we got 2 releases of Little Shop of Horrors right there. And then bam, bam. So that's where we're going to kind of end this video off right here. I don't want to stretch it too long. Like I said, we're going to do a part 2 going over the rest of the collection. I do have another thing just like this, like another DVD storage thing for physical media just like this on the other side, and that has the rest on it, you know what I mean, like kind of the M through Z section. So we will do that one next time. See you for part 2. Please like the video, that definitely helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and have that notification bell poked so you're notified anytime I drop a video. And most importantly, you all know what's up. Have a safe and happy day and support that physical media. Peace out.